So that
And
unlocks my favorite spot in Super Metroid, the Gold Torizo missiles, because that's hard locked by space jump.
Indeed. So we also have red rupees on one of our tree poles tonight, which is great for money farming if we need to go visit Zora. And with flippers this early, that does put Zora available.
We've also got a red rupee at the library, but who cares about that?
And I think PP Chan's going to make his way over to Ice Rod. Oh, he doesn't have bombs. He's just going to go up to the Wishing Fairy. And Morph Ball in the Thieves Hideout, or not Thieves Hideout, but the drop-down hole in Lost Woods.
Also saw the blue boomerang in the back of the tavern. Hitaka's going to buy some bombs, which makes sense.
It's the smart play when you have the money from Houlihan. You don't have to worry about farming bombs. But what they both Maniacal and Hitaka did that was really smart are there two trees or two bushes outside of the grove that have a 50-50 chance of dropping bombs. So it's really quick and easy to farm up bombs early on. Even if you farm two, one for race game and one for the farming location in Kakariko, it's pretty quick.
And it looks like PP-chan got a sword out of the Waterfall of Wishing. Also, PP-chan also checked the Zora ledge, which was just an energy tank. Ooh, there's the magic cape in the well.
Wow, this is a interesting early start.
Uncle's got missiles for us. Was there anything else of note in the well?
It did not look like there was. Gonna just hopefully wait on our tracker to verify that, but I don't think there was. We're gonna get a look on Hitaka's side to see what's in Thieves' hideout.
There's the 10 bomb pack. There's a 3 bomb pack. 10 arrows. 3 more bombs.
Just a bunch of explosives and pieces of wood.
And there's an energy tank.
So I like PP Chan, what he's doing. He's got a really good divergence going on here, and it's some really solid checks since we haven't seen anything game-breaking early on. This sword means it's much easier for him to clear escape than the other 3 racers right now, who will not have those flippers to go check the Wishing Fairy cave.
Now, the item pool for the dungeon and the escape route it's all one item pool, correct?
That is correct. We are talking 6 items in the back of Escape. Well, between the back and the front of Escape. There's also a small key and a map. We've seen the small key already been dropped, so we might have something in Dark Cross still.
Ooh, there's another sword upgrade. How about that?
Wow. I mean, back of Escape takes, I think it's 6 bombs if you're doing bomb escape with the right strats, and it's pretty nice and elegant. I wouldn't be surprised if our racers do that if need be.
Now that magic sword, that puts Aga 1 in logic, correct?
Well, the magic cape and the just the normal sword does as well, but we still need the lantern before that actually is the thing.
Right.
I mean, our racers can go blind. They are some of the harder dark rooms in the game.
Alrighty, PP-chan getting their ice rod. Unific doing race game.
So he's going to get his space jump.
Ledge check.
So,
following Hitaka.
I think Hitaka is doing a saving quit and is going to go do our South Shore check. So, going to go check the dam, going to go check Mini Moldorm Cave, and make his way to Ice Rod Cave.
So that is, I believe, 8 checks in total. 2 at the dam, 5 at Mini Moldorm, 1 at Ice Rod.
That is correct. One of the things I like to do, just to create a little bit more weighting and worth, is doing Dam into Agina's Cave, and then Mini Moldorm into Ice Rod Cave. It allows you to create a bit more value for that Agina's Cave check, which can easily be isolated.
Do you see? Do you see Maniacal or Hitaka going for the Agina check at this point?
With what we've got, I don't see us hitting Agina early, just because it is a single check and it is very much out of the way. If we were to find Flute, would be the first thing I think. It's a quick check plus the Desert Ledge.
Oh my!
Ooh.
There's our third sword upgrade down in the mud.
Or is that the sword that PP-chan found? I am not 100% sure on that.
I don't think it was.
So if that's the case, we have 3 swords in under 10 minutes tonight. Which means, I would say, relatively nice and easy Ganon, even if we don't find silver arrows. So that is a very, very good find.
Checker Link Force in chat confirming that there was a sword at the Waterfall of Wishing.
Okay, so that puts us with Tempered Sword, or Bacon, as some people like to refer to it. And we've got an energy tank, 50 rupees, a missile pack, 20 rupees, and power bombs. I think that's our first power bomb pack tonight.
That is good. That is good value since it's the first.
Yes. So now I think once Hitaka's done with Ice Rod Cave, I don't think he goes back of Escape yet. I think he's going to go straight to Super Metroid.
And it looks like Maniacal's going to go ahead and do that already.
Without power bombs, I'm like...
Oh, Maniacal got the power bombs from Mini Moldor.
Oh, he did? Okay, then...
Isolating Ice Rod Cave, though.
He is, but at the same time, Mirror, we're going to need Mirror regardless, which means he can warp if he's doing a Dragon backdoor, or if he's coming out of Meridia. So it's not a terribly bad isolation for him. We'll find out how bad it is here. Just a heart.
Looking at Maniacal's screen, he's got 5 energy tanks, so he's got hell runs in logic too.
So he's got both Crocomire and Ice Beam. Only super missiles, or a heart piece in the power bombs in the sky, and just super missiles over an Ice Rod Cave tonight.
Okay, so that call by Maniacal paid off.
Yes, and if he leaves it long enough, which is very likely, this could be a really, really decent, 30-second time save. And X-Ray. I know some runners don't like grabbing X-Ray because of the menuing challenges it can make, but we're 1/3 of the way to getting us Microwave. Do you want to explain Microwave, Bocht?
Sure. Okay, so first we got 20 rupees at the bottom of the ocean. Now the microwave strat functions against Phantoon, Batwoon, and Dragon. Because you can find Plasma Beam before fighting those bosses, which is not meant to happen in the original Super Metroid. They're not flagged to stop Plasma Beam shots. So with Charge Beam, Plasma Beam, and X-Ray Scope, what you can do is fire a shot into them, turn on the X-Ray Scope, which pauses the game but keeps timers like invincibility timers running, release the X-Ray Scope, use it so they get hit again, use the X-Ray Scope again to pause and run the timer out, and so on and so on and so on until they're dead.
The most important part of that is the fact that plasma is piercing, so it continues through a model rather than hitting it and disappearing, which is what all the other shots do.
And if you'd like a less technical explanation for it, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man.
This should be a pretty clean Phantoon fight, even if we're just in Power Suit. 5 E-Tanks, 5 missiles might mean a little bit of missile farming needs to be done here to do Doppler strats, but I think it'll be reasonable. Ooh, Maniacal looking to farm super missiles, I think, before he goes into to clear that door.
Oh, yeah, he can't hit those with just the power beam. You need the spacer to be able to hit them through the glass. Ooh, Maniacal's got 2 power bombs. He can get in and he can get out, but that's it. And I don't. Yeah, he can't kill the ghost. He doesn't have enough firepower.
Not without using missiles, which is what he's trying to farm. And he needs super missiles or wants a super missile to clear the eye door. I don't mind this strategy. I'm a little wary of it. It's going to be a bit time consuming on Maniacal's part. But it opens up 11 checks in Wreck Ship, which is a really, really nice opening at this point.
Okay, so he got 1 missile. He got 1 missile, and that's going to satisfy him.
That's enough for him to open this eye door without, if he doesn't miss.
Ooh, I see Hitaka just took a death. Yeah, Maniacal also had 1 missile worth of leeway there, just in case.
Hitaka just death warped just to get to the back.
That was a death warp. Okay.
Yep. So now he's going to go check Dark Cross and the back of Escape because he has that key.
So real quick, Phantoon has 2,500 health and is RNG. He can move into fast, medium, or slow pattern before he becomes vulnerable by opening his eye. And then once it's open, he can close it quickly, medium, or slowly. So I believe that was a slow move and fast eye close, which is as bad as it gets.
And importantly, once Phantoon's been hit with a missile, a normal missile, he will start swooping. You can do 2 each major piece of swoop for him to take 400 damage. Once he takes that 5th hit, he is going to fade out. There is a technique called Doppler strats where you can fire multiple missiles into him before he disappears and get, an extra 3, 4, 5 shots. Maniacal just did 2 extra there.
The idea with the Doppler strat is that it takes him 10 frames to close his eye once you've inflicted enough damage, and that's also how fast you can fire missiles, every 10 frames. So by moving toward him as you fire, you compress the time between when they hit, and you essentially stomach his eye open.
And a nice clean fight from Maniacal there. Did a little bit of bodying strats to get through it, but very nice. Clean super missile, so no enrage. I think that was beautiful. So now we've got 11 checks in Wrecked Ship here.
Absolutely, that was a very good Phantoon fight.
We have now found the map in the back of Escape, so 3 more items here, and we will be done on Hitaka's side. Let's see if there's some value back here. Bombos, 10 arrows, and 5 bomb capacity. The Bombos is a nice find.
Right, because obviously it's too early for us to have seen Mire or Turtle Rock, so we don't know what medallions are required. It might also be required for Ice Palace if the Fire Rod doesn't show up.
Very true. The thing is we have 3 pendants in the Dark World, which means we have something in the range of like a 35% chance of not needing a single pendant.
Meanwhile, on Neaterific Screen, the hospital just told us that the green pendant is in fact Misery Mire, so
there's 1 medallion maybe not needed, except always dive green pendant dungeons. Except Misery is a long dive, and if we don't have Flute and Titan's Mitts, you have to go through Lower Norfair, which is a really long run to check that dungeon for 2 items.
Well, technically 3, since you've got the green pendant turned into Sahasrara, but your point is taken.
And you have a medallion, you have Cane of Samaria, and you have one other lamp as requirements to beat that dungeon. So, it's not the best. Neaterific doing our Eastern Palace check while Maniacal's making his way into the Spiky Room of Death.
Hitaka's doing Gauntlet, PP-chan's heading toward Wrecked Ship. Maniacal did not save before coming to this part, so if this item is nothing, he's going to have to take the long way back.
Indeed. We found our first bottle on Neaterific's side.
There are 3 prizes in Eastern, correct? Oh my gosh, there's the Fire Rod. Okay,
wow.
That paid off for Maniacal.
And we're going to get our first check in the back of Gauntlet here is just 5 missiles, and Hitaka's going to reset that. Not having enough power bombs to make it through the back. Good information to know. And when he goes and checks Terminator, which I suspect he might do right away, he'll do a backdoor check into Gauntlet to see what those items are to know if he needs to come back or he can write it off.
No, PP-Chan's in the red tower at this point. Just check beta power bombs for super missiles. Hitaka's heading down to bomb Torizo.
Fun fact about Bomb Torizo, if you have Morph Ball bombs, he will trigger a fight. If you don't, it is a free item.
And Hitaka's going to take those 5 missiles because ammo counts are still pretty low at this point. Makes sense.
Not only are they low, we haven't found Charge Beam, so...
Right. The magic number we're looking for is 60 super missiles, 180 regular missiles, or some combination thereof. That's enough ammo to take on Mother Brain without the charge beam.
Yeah, and it is 3 normal missiles for every super missile as an exchange. We've got Omega missiles here, having an arrow capacity upgrade. And Neaterific doing a dark room skip here to get the last available chest before we have the bow.
Looks like
I
BP
don't
Chan
think
is
we
heading back up to Criteria, not going to take the Super Metroid Hellway to the actual Red Tower area. Or maybe not. PP Chan's heading back from the... Oh, PP Chan's probably going to refill the chest.
That's a good idea with this low ammo count. Ether a Terminator.
2 medallions out of 3 at the 20-minute mark. That's...
Ooh, Maniacal is going to push for those power bombs up at the top of Attic there.
I agree with that.
And nothing in the back of Gauntlet, so that's done. So I don't expect either, or at least Hitaka at this point, to come back for those. Conserving ammo by just damage boosting through the Space Pirates.
Oh, is there any set of pendant crystal layouts that can allow Fire Rod to be not necessary?
If you have pendants in Skullwoods, Turtle Rock, and Mire, and have Bombos to do Ice Palace, you don't need it for Pod, Swamp, Thieves Town, or Ice Palace. You don't need it for any of the Light World dungeons, so yeah, you could not need Fire Rod.
However, you would need Lamp to do the torches in Ganon's Tower, correct?
Yes, not only that, you'd have to do them in Desert.
Yeah. Z-Tar Wars 999, we do have bombos.
Yeah, so we have 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We've got Hitaka, who did a very nice Morph Ball, and finds a shovel at Super Missiles there.
Yeah, that was the only thing at Early Supers, I believe.
Yep. I don't think we've seen anything worthwhile above a wrecked ship here, but we're going to get this check. Oh, just 300 rupees.
PP Chan's into Retro Brain, found the Ice Beam somewhere, I didn't catch that. 50 rupees at Alpha Missiles. Regular missiles at Edakun Supers. Oh, thank you, Link Force. Ice Beam behind Alpha Power Bombs. And there's more bombs at Beta Missiles.
Very nice. That helps alleviate the stress of power bomb requirements, which is great early on.
Maniacal at the bowling Chozo because he takes you down for a strike. That's going to give him a 30-second break. Catch his breath, get a drink.
And Mirror and Billy Mays.
Oh, wait, there's more! 10 bomb capacity!
So, we now have Flippers and Mirror. We are now just a Moon Pearl, and honestly, that's it. And gloves. Access to Dark World, and that hammer. What's going to be fun is we have to go from either Aga or from Dark Cack to do a long walk to get that hammer. because you can't use the warp spot south of Link's house.
And there's a French vanilla reserve tank for Maniacal. And I think
Not
PP10 just got the mushroom.
That he did. Gonna make our way into Pink, Bryn, and Green Hills here. So we'll probably get the Green Hill check first, and then on his way back to Pink Bryn. Oh, and our Power Glove! There's another piece of the puzzle.
You know, as I'm thinking about it right now, Bombos is out of logic at this point, right? Because, oh no, the glove puts it in logic.
Yes, that is correct.
Ooh, and there's our bow at Charge Beam.
Wow! Pink Bryn already showing value tonight.
Now there's a... Okay, looks like PP-Chan is going to set up for a Super Missile clip to check Spore Spawn Supers.
Yep. So what he does is he scrolls just to a specific spot off screen, so the missile is going to explode on a block that it cannot see and open up this path. PP-Chan has the Morph Ball bomb, so he's not worried about not having power bombs coming out of this, but he has enough supers to make sure he can open that door.
Star Wars 999. Bombos was in the back of his game. Plasma Beam from the Sick Kid. 2 pieces out of 3 of the microwave strat.
This is shaping up to be a pretty front-loaded seed. I'm wondering what... And with chase items, too. Medallions, rods, bow. So what's going to be our trick item tonight? And PP-Chan is doing a wavegate glitch here. He's firing that super missile in a very specific way to make sure it has the momentum to get past the gate and trigger it. And it looks like he got it second try.
That is one of those tricks that is expected on the hard logic.
Correct.
Well, it can be expected. Here it was kind of pointless since it was just missiles.
Exactly. Nice damage boost out of the room from PP-Chan there. He's going to make his way up and check these missiles and make his way into Green, Bryn, and do Edakuns and those checks.
Now, PP-Chan is orphaning Mission Impossible because he doesn't have a power bomb to get there.
He does not have the ability to open that right now, and that's okay. It's a place that is relatively close. It's kind of midway from a lot of different directions, so it's not the worst check to orphan, but it's still an orphan check.
Meantime, Maniacal's heading for the X-ray scope room. Eaterific is at the South Shore, probably heading for Ice Rod Cave.
Just a piece of heart?
Yep. I see.
And Neaterific is
Wait a minute.
flippering here.
Eaterific has temper. Did he check Waterfall of Wishing too?
No. Wait, do we have all 4 swords?
I think we might. Wait a minute. He's not going to Waterfall of Wishing. Maybe he did check there.
But how would he have checked there without Moon Pearl? You can't do the water walk out of it without Moon Pearl.
I don't know.
That's
Link Force saying
curious.
there might have been a sword in Eastern. We'll see that. We'll see that
Wow.
for sure. We'll see that for sure at some point because Eastern is a crystal.
And we're getting our King Zora check. Is this going to be a life lesson, or is this going to pay off? Because we're starting to get low on checks, so this might be the play. Nope. Just some health.
I think Neaterific did check the Waterfall of Wishing at some point because he just straight up bypassed it when he was heading for King Zora. If he hadn't done it already, why would he not do it then?
So to do that, you need the Moon Pearl to trigger the effect to check it. You need the Moon Pearl or flippers. Yeah, if you're fake flippering with the Moon Pearl, that's the only way you can do that check into
Oh, that was
Wishing
a
Fountain.
fake flipper check.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
why,
doesn't.
but I thought Nidourific had flippers.
He hasn't. Everyone except for PP Chen has not been to Retro Bryn yet. So, Maniacal's making his way to Kraid, which has another 2 checks, or 3 after this. Just a piece of heart. We'll have the energy tank behind Kraid, and then we're going to have the energy tank leaving Kraid's lair.
It's actually Various suit behind Kraid normally.
Oh, yeah, Varia. Thank you. Either way, this should be a pretty quick fight for Maniacal. Let's see if he decides to take Kraid to the dance or not.
And PP Chen backtracked to check Mission Impossible.
Not a bad idea when he had a place to farm it. Like, this is a check you don't want to orphan. Although, you have Waterway you might need to come by to come and get it anyways. So... Ooh,
Maniacal
missing that
does
third
not get
missile.
the quick kill, so he bought that big Kraid DLC.
What's fun is you can jump at Kraid's head and just kind of hover sit on Kraid's arm in front of his face. And he can take you dancing.
I've seen that. Quite funny.
There are some really fun incidences with weapons and upgrades that you're not supposed to have. Like, you can grapple Crocomire's legs off when you plasma charge him to death.
Oh, that's right. Crocomire is another boss that stopped flag to stop plasma beam shots. But since he doesn't take damage in the same way other bosses do, you just fire it once, no need to microwave, and he'll die.
PV Chan farming supers from these cack attacks here. And Hitaka making his way to go get his flippers in Magic Mirror. What's in our last check in Kraid's lair? Charge Beam!
And microwave is in play now.
We're 30 minutes in, we have microwave, and we are in good, and both rods. This is an interesting position.
And all 4 swords.
So, frame the animals, you know, that is a very good point, but he did not dive Retro Bryn to start. PP Chan did and found those flippers early. So, Maniacal gonna do the couple of... Oh, he's gonna do his Ice Beam Hell Run after the Mock Ball here. He's got more than enough energy to do this. He will be nice and clean and fine.
Yeah, Logic expects 3 energy tanks for this Hell Run, I believe.
That is correct. Nidourific making his way to Phantoon, and we'll have a pretty quick fight of it. We did find Mir at Billy Mays. So we do have a couple of checks up on Death Mountain now that we're in Norfair. You can get to Death Mountain and check on top of Spectacle Rock and in Spectacle Rock right now. We can also sequence break the Old Man. Crumble Tower having just 5 missiles, not terribly important or worth it. So Nidourific is going to fire a few missiles running at Phantoon there and missed his first Doppler, but still looking really safe and secure for this. Probably going to try to farm up a couple more before he tries again.
Crocomire Escape was a heart container.
So we still have Croc in Logic with the energy tanks we have. But we also have High Jump here as a check. And just 5 rupees at the top there at missiles. While Hitaka's checking Speed Booster Shaft Supers.
And there's Various suited High Jump, so no Hell Runs today. There's our Flute at Shaft Supers.
So it looks like we have one of the two speed items in logic. Probably. Nice.
Ooh,
Oh
Nidoterific
no.
did not quite get enough missiles, so Phantoon
I
is now
think he
enraged and is going to do that for about 40 seconds.
I think he was one missile short.
Yeah, Phantoon is right on the edge. Yeah, that's what happens if you hit Phantoon with a super missile and it doesn't kill him.
And a smart move of using the super missile because it does double damage and will kill him at that point regardless. Yeah, so we might need Flute to make it fast for us to get into Desert Palace. Flute to Titan's Mitts to mirror into that wonderful location. And Lantern.
All right,
We've got our first.
All right, so
Sorry, go ahead.
Aga is fully in logic at this point.
You know, we could still see Moon Pearl up on Pyramid Ledge.
What else would we need for Dark World access? Second glove, I believe?
Nope, we just need one. Oh, we need both gloves, so we need Titan's Mitts or Aga at this point.
Right, because we've got the hammer on Lake Hylia.
Yeah. We could find one of the gloves in, like, let's say, Myers Shed, and the logic requires you to go through Lower Norfair to get that. But Super Bunny isn't in logic, but you could mirror to go to Checkerboard Cave. There's Gravity.
Gravity at pre-speed booster?
Yep.
And D-Web 32, hammer is on Lake Hylia Island.
Which means we need Dark World access to get it at this point, and Moon Pearl.
Although, frankly, at this point, ammo counts aside, we almost have Super Metroid Goma.
Exactly. We have Charge Beam, so we basically do have Super Metroid Go mode.
I am blanking on where we found Charge Beam.
That was E-Tank outside of Kraid.
Right. Right, post-Kraid. Got it.
Yep. Gonna get our Wave Beam check here from Maniacal.
PP10 taking the cross-game portal from Norfair Business Center to Death Mountain.
Just power bombs at wave missiles. And an arrow capacity of wave. Nothing spectacular. I hope Maniacal is going to go after Croc at this point. I think it's a quick, relatively check for 5 items. Or 4 at this point.
Let's see. There's Croc, post-Croc, Sine Wave, Grapple, Indiana Jones. So that's 5.
Yes, sorry. And Titan's Mitts in Spectacle Rock.
So there is our Dark World access. I think we can declare Aga dead at this point.
We still need Moon Pearl.
Oh, right.
Until I see that Moon Pearl, Aga is still alive, even if it's by the thinnest thread.
Now, an interesting little note is that Nidoterific is the only one who asked the Hashirla where the green pendant was, so nobody else knows it's Misery Mire.
After that Spiky Room of Death and getting his Fire Rod, Nidoterific making another save before he goes up and clears Attic, which is a really smart save just because things hit really hard until you get your 2 suits, So, Crocomire. Every missile makes him step back 1. Super missile makes him step back 3. So, If you can do this double tap with a missile super, you're getting 4 steps, and you need to get him onto the crumble bridge completely so he can go have a nice bath in acid.
Not sure I'd call that nice, but maybe we just have different definitions of the word.
I mean, Crocomire is trying to kill you. Can you think of something nicer you'd want for him?
Very true, very true.
Crocomire 2, Electric Boogaloo. So we have 4 swords in play. Everyone will have Butter Sword based on how things are shaping right now.
Yeah, that's our confirmation. Yeah, all 4 swords in play were in play at the 30-minute mark. Holy crap.
Hitaka has Butter Sword. This is kind of insane.
This is not kind of insane. This is completely bonkers.
Like, both suits really quickly in Norfair. No hell runs needed for them. What is this, normal mode?
I know, right?
I mean, we found Bow. What are our chase items? Moon Pearl right now? Maybe Speed Booster? There's not a lot. Kana Samaria is the one that might be our troll item tonight.
Although we still have a 2 in 6 chance of it not being required because we still got 2 unaccounted for pendants. So we can still have a pendant in Turtle Rock.
Very true. It's just Kane is also a very strong chase item. Ooh, Pegasus boots at grapple. Let's go fast.
What else could we need Kane of Samaria for? There's a spot in Ganon's Tower where you would have to have it, right?
Yes, so if Big Key is on the right side, we need Kane of Samaria. And that's not a hunt you want to go on when you get to Ganon's Tower and find out that's the case. I have seen it before where, boots have been required, or hunting for your second sword after clearing Ganon or Aga 2. These are not fun chases that you want to get into. So it's a really good find if we can find it, if we don't need it from a pendant or crystal perspective.
Did you catch what PP Chan just got out of the dig spot? I did not see it.
I did not either, but we'll wait for our tracker to confirm whether it was important or not. 50 rupees, so no. Hitaka going to use his bow and using ether as a really good technique here to be able to see where those little worm creatures are. So this is our first new checks, even though this is this is in logic. We know where the lamp is, so
Maniacal has the lamp.
Yep. Everyone has access to Upper Norfair and Kraid, so Varia is accessible. What's interesting is
Armos Knights.
Yep. We have Ice Beam and Gravity. Meridia is fairly open for checks right now. I mean, doing Meridia without high jump boots sucks, but it's in logic. It was in logic even without Gravity Suit with power bombs for some of it with the Ice Beam.
I believe that the ice clip to get to Baboon and Shagtool is expected by the hard lot.
That is correct. Both of those are available. So, yeah, we have Meridia across the board here.
Like I said, more or less, we've got Super Metroid Go mode, according to the logic. Only things we really need for Super Metroid are convenience items. Screw attack.
Well, high jump boots is probably
Ruby.
the best item they could find right now. It is the one that gives you the most time save in Super Metroid, bar none for items.
Yeah, until you've tried playing without high jump boots, you don't realize just how helpful they are.
They cut down the number of wall jumps. They cut down the number of jumps in general. It's just faster to move. And Hitaka's checking his mushroom. We're getting another fetch quest check here. So, I'm putting progression in Meridia at this point.
Although Hitaka just reset after to keep the mushroom, he might be thinking, fake. No, you need Samaria for fake powder, right?
That is correct. I find if I haven't found Cana Samaria and I have the mushroom, I don't think it's a worthwhile enough item to hold on to until you find that item maybe in your chain of progression before turning it in. If you had Cana Samaria, I think that's a hugely valuable thing to hold on to at that point. While we get a bit of backtracking across all of our racers here, you know what? Make sure everyone give these guys a follow. They're doing fantastic work and they're providing some entertainment for you. I'm enjoying it. I'm sure you guys are enjoying it. They deserve it. So give them some love and support. Yeah, as long as you have a magic item you can use. The thing is Cana Samaria, not only does it work easy, it has the longest animation to pause on compared to every other rod. It's way easier to do it with Cana Samaria.
And while we're giving shout outs, let's give a shout out to Total for as the madman who made who made this work.
And this is a miracle of development, in my opinion. You're able to put this on actual physical hardware and have it work. That RAM values don't overwrite. That it is an impressive build. And for anyone who has done any sort of development should know how insane this is. So the fact that this was done and works on hardware is absolutely impressive.
Yeah, the reason it does work specifically is that somehow Super Metroid and Link to the Past don't share any memory addresses in the Super Nintendo's memory.
There are some that get shared, but they're non-critical. So that is partially why the map doesn't properly track between games. So there are some shared RAM values, but it's not like, oh my god, this is unable to be done.
Actually, I believe the map does track properly as of 10.2, the version we're on.
Oh, no, the last seed I did, there's sections when you come back that you've explored that don't show. So I think it's still not working. But that's minutia at this point. This game is an insane feat of development, and it's community driven. This is the other thing. We have a great community. If you are interested in joining, we would love to have more runners. It is a lot of fun, and we have a Discord, ton of support. More than glad to welcome any and all of you to come and start racing with us. I think Maniacal's just finishing up his last couple of checks in pink here before he makes his way into Meridia.
Meantime, Hitaka is fighting Phantoon.
Almost has him.
Looks like Nidorific just crossed back into Super Metroid.
Beautiful finish from Hitaka there. So if I was to wager on things that need to happen next, PP-chan, once he's done with Gauntlet, I think he's going to make his way into Upper Norfair, find his gravity suit, and hopefully make his way into Meridia. I hope Maniacal is making his direction there. He has a couple of more Link to the Past checks that have been opened with the boots, and still hasn't found either of his gloves. So that's going to be interesting to see who gets out besides Hitaka, their Titan's mitts.
Maniacal will be getting
it's
his
PP
power glove
that
out of Green Hill Zone in the next few seconds.
Yeah, and then if he makes his way back to Link to the Past and goes up Death Mountain from Upper Norfair.
Scenes like this, where you have wild route divergences, these are the most fun to watch, in my opinion.
Because there's so much going on until you get that overlap where all of the same checks are being done on all sides. So, Tar, in chat, so multi-world works if you're using hardware. How does the Lua scripting for these shared items work then? Because I don't think there's a way for you to have SD2 SNES connected via Lua then.
I believe the SD2 SNES has a USB port.
Oh, it does? That's awesome. Good to know. And PP-chan with the Morph Ball bombs is going to fight the Bomb Torizo here. And it's going to eat 3 super missiles and have bad indigestion.
Meterific just checked the old Mother Brain Room item. I did not catch that. DWeb 32, old Mother Brain with supers. Thank you.
Beautiful clip there from Hitaka to move his way through wreck ship here. That's what I was asking, because I know, like, Ocarina of Time, that the SD2 N64 cartridges do not support it. So that's why I was asking.
And Outrageous, for those who might not know, would you like to explain what multi-world is?
So multi-world allows up to, I don't know what the limit on SMZ3 is, but let's say 64 for the sake of safety. Up to 64 players to play the same seed and items randomized between all the seeds. So player 1 might have player 7's hook shot, player 4 may have player 16's bow. So you need to be playing the seed alongside these people. As you find items, they're transferred to you and you get them when they're found, which means complexity changes in this game dramatically to finding items. What's really interesting is the number of people include or needed, or the time needed to complete as a function of the number of people playing is logarithmic. It is not linear, it's not exponential, it is logarithmic. To be fair, multi-worlds tend to have what is affectionately referred into the multi-world community as BK time. From the first Ocarina of Time multi-world, someone got stuck, couldn't do any checks, was completely tapped, and went to Burger King and bought food.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Okay. I was like, Maniacal just, it looked like he was coming out the top of Shaft Supers, and I'm like, where did he find Speed Booster? No, he was coming out the bottom. I do not know who it was who started BK Time, but it was hilarious. Spike Vegeta regularly goes into Burger King mode in the Ocarina of Time randomizers I've seen, so. Yeah, it's usually Patty's fault. I love that there's 2 reserve tanks in Wreck Ship tonight. Ooh, here's a check we haven't seen. The speed booster locked item in Wreck Ship. It's an energy tank.
Maniacal checked it. It was Maniacal did check that when he was in Wreck Ship.
Okay, I must have missed that then. Yeah, so it looks like we have Lower Norfair and Meridia checks now. I just want to see Meridia just to see if we're going to be that much more needing speed booster to see if something at Main Street missiles is going to be needed.
We're definitely too early to say if anybody has the lead at this point, but would you say anybody's got an advantage over anyone else?
I think Maniacal's actually in a really strong position. He doesn't have Eastern cleared, but that's a fast clear with the items he has. And we know it doesn't have anything that's going to be game-breaking for him. So if he puts it off and does checks elsewhere, not the end of the world. We know there's nothing up at Zora other than another sword. So, again, if he decides to skip that, not the end of the world. He's pursuing that right now, so he's going to take the same time investment everyone else has. But if he was to skip either of those two and go into Norfair or Meridia, he has a severe advantage on everyone else. There's Ice Beam behind, or at Power Bombs there.
Right. Carthora, Maniacal has Lamp.
Correct. So he has his mitts to grab out of Spectacle Rock, and that's the only thing left in. Ooh, 5 rupees on our stun prize tonight. But Titan Mitts is the only item we're looking, or that we know of that he doesn't have and is able to get. Knowing that it's 5 rupees for your stun prize, Maniacal making the smart move here to farm enemies to get Zora money. Moon Pearl still could be on Pyramid. We have Lamp, 4 swords, and the cape. So, I mean, Butter Sword at this point, it was insane. I still think our chase item is going to be Moon Pearl, and I think it's on Pyramid Ledge. It's either that or deep in Meridia.
Is there anything we can do in the Dark World without the Moon Pearl if we take the cross-game portal from Meridia?
You can get... no, because you can't do anything with Catfish. You can go up to Pyramid Ledge. That's about it. Because you can swim all the way up to the right side and climb up to Pyramid Ledge.
Okay, so is it possible that's the intended way to get to the Pyramid Ledge if Moon Pearl's there as opposed to doing Aga?
It is a very valid way of doing it. Why not Zetar Wars? From Meridia back entrance, you're at Dark Ice Rod Cave. You can go and swim as... Oh, you can't swim as Super Bunny. Never mind. You do need to do Aga then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my fault. I forgot you can't swim as Bunny. Drown the rabbit. And a quick kill from Hitaka on Kraid there. That was beautiful. Even though he didn't get the first setup, he got his second. It looks like he might be, or it might just be part of the restream and some latency. Not sure. But Maniacal's going to get his Titan's mitts here.
What are you doing when I... Oh, he does have the mirror, right.
We also have the Hera check. We have not seen this.
Right, and this is a red crystal, so...
Not only that, we cannot be locked out of this dungeon because we have a fire source. And that starts implying we might need to go do a coffee break. We also have Bonk Rocks available. And with Titan's Mitts, we also have...
King's Tomb?
King's Tomb, thank you. Super
Hera,
Bunny Cave
Hera
is...
has 2 prizes, right?
Hera has 2 items, yes. So we've got 2 items, plus Titan's Mitts, plus King's Tomb and Bonk Rock. So I think I'd expect to save and quit after he gets his Titan's Mitts and go do those 2 checks. With the boots, that's pretty fast. Coffee break basement. Hitaka putting that X-ray scope to use to find his Varia suit.
Looks like Hitaka will be getting his Titan Smiths shortly.
Yep, and Maniacal will be right behind him once he's done with Hera. I like this routing from Maniacal. It's a really nice pattern to loop everything together. So I think Maniacal's doing what I like to do, which is go kill Moldorm, find out if he has the item you need. Oh no, he's going to just drop for the big chest. So what I like doing in this dungeon, go to Moldorm, kill him, see if he has your item you need. If he doesn't, don't collect the crystal and fall down, and go get the big chest and then make your way back up.
You can do that?
You can do that.
I had no idea.
Yep. It saves you from having to get that chest and be out of the way for it. I don't like grabbing the big chest if I don't have to. So Moldorm is a pretty scripted fight. He does 3 bounces or half circles and then comes at you for a period of time and then rinses and repeats. If you are pointing your sword at him, it's really nice and easy.
So there's just a +5 bomb capacity on Moldorm.
So, nothing worthwhile in Tower of Hera.
Tarthorin, I think I've seen something to that effect done with a glitched flute in the Dark World.
And Maniacal looking like he's gonna hover over this pit. Nope.
He tried.
And that's admirable.
Turtle Rock, Red Crystal, green, Red Pendant Swamp. But I think I saw Blue Pendant Skull Wolf.
Here's our Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb check from Maniacal. This is the first new couple of checks we'll see. Ooh, just 5 rupees in those rocks.
Right, so we are indeed looking for Samaria.
Yep. So that might be our chase item tonight. Ooh, that is a great find in King's Tomb. That
Hook shot,
beautiful,
baby.
beautiful hook shot. Yep. I'm surprised Maniacal hasn't saved and quit and just gone straight up to Death Mountain to do both Super Bunny Cave and Paradox Cave. Oh, he's doing
Turn
Mushroom.
that mushroom in because he's right there.
Here we go, East Death Mountain. Let's go. Super Bunny's in Logic. That's why it's called Super Bunny Cave. If you have Titan's Mitts and Hookshot, it's in Logic. Access the Death Mountain.
I thought glitches like Super Bunny were not expected by the Link to the Past side of the logic.
I think because Super Bunny isn't so much a glitch as it is just it exists. You can go into that cave and have it work. I thought it is in Logic. Two super missile packs in the bottom part of Paradox, or top. Okay, no, you are right. I just checked a tracker, so it's not in Logic, but they're items we will check anyways because you might as well. The Lagarang and Moon Pearl!
There we go!
Now we can get our hammer, and Dark World just blew up.
And Aga is finally dead.
So, if I'm Maniacal, I do everything I can in Link to the Past now as fast as I can, because if I can find the items I need to progress, Kana Samaria, for example, I do not want to be spending time clearing Meridia. Meridia is a time sink. Lower Norfair is a time sink. Compared to what you would do in Link to the Past, it is a way bigger time sink. So the best move will be to spend a lot of time in Link to the Past.
Eaterific just got the bug net out of the cathedral.
And Spiral Cave, literally paying out. Just 5 rupees paying out, but this is beautiful timing to find that Moon Pearl, because now he gets Hookshot and or Hookshot Cave, and Super Bunny is in Logic, and just it's a good spot.
So
That's
basically
another
all
what?
of Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, six checks.
I am not
So-
clear on this. Why exactly does hook shotting through a block while it's moving? Why does that work?
So in places that are not hook shot through blocks, when you move a block like that, once it starts moving, it becomes an active sprite rather than a fixture in the background, which means your hook shot is looking for a box to hit, and because it's moving, its hitbox doesn't actually really exist, so you can fire straight through it.
Interesting. Looks like PP Chain just got a Regina check and it was just a little piece of love.
Yep, so our other red crystals in Turtle Rock, we have Pendants and Mire, Swamp, and Skull Woods. I mean, Pendant in Swamp is okay, but it's 6 checks, and now that we have everything we do on Maniacal side, we have full access to everything in Swamp. And also we have access to Turtle Rock with our medallion. Go Bombos!
Still need... Okay, so still not sure what Meyer is, although it might end up being irrelevant.
We've got a 67% chance we're good on that. Sorry, 66.7, repeating, of course, chance of that being good.
And of course,
Okay.
that's on the assumption that there's actually something we need in Meyer.
Exactly. But right now, the only way there is through Lower Norfair. We don't want to do that. So hopefully we'll have everything in place if we go that way and check. Kena Samaria is our go mode right now in Link to the Past. I mean, it's not the most efficient route. Flute would be nice, which means we need Speed Booster. But that's about it. Yeah, he just needs to make his way down to Lake Hilly to get that hammer. So, and he's got all these checks to do, and he's going into Lower Norfair, I think. Like, that's what it looks like.
Oh no, he's gonna do
He's
Meridia.
doing Meridia. You know what? Meridia's got the density. I don't think this is a bad play. Like, this is actually a really nice play for the amount of checks he has.
And obviously, if he does find Kane of Samaria, then it really pays off.
Right now, 14 checks in Meridia. And that's discounting Main Street Speed Booster.
I will be so sad if Main Street is the Kane.
Oh, that would hurt.
Nope.
Just a big heart.
Well, there's
Screw attack.
at Crab Supers.
I think I would go grab that because it's a safety and security item. It makes Lower Norfair super safe. Frame, I would say Meridia because it's more checks that are densely packed compared to Lower Norfair, which is riskier without screw attack, for example. And it's a nicer play, I feel, just from a safety perspective. Mama Turtle with an energy tank and 20 rupees. And with Space Jump, it's not like this is super slow to check. But we've got Neaterific making his way into Lower Norfair here. Gonna go check Space Jump, the only item locked by it.
Now, the reason for that is a logic tacked in the original Super Metroid. There's no sprite for having screw attack without also having space jump. So this guy will not drain the lava to let you get to the screw attack the normal way without space jump.
Yeah, this is a crazy race to track a Link Force. You're doing a fantastic job. So, everyone, let's give a big support for Link Force doing the heavy lifting here.
Gold Torito missiles is just a heart piece. Two more checks in
Nitorific
this immediate area.
does
One right
Nitorific
above us,
have
and
plasma already?
I don't know.
I was gonna say because charge plasma makes this a real. Yeah, he has plasma. So once again, piercing factor with charge beam. Now you're gonna get double or triple taps on Gold Torizo just standing in this one special spot. You stand on his foot. He tries to blast you with beams and just keeps on jumping back. So it is a nice and easy. Oh, there's Kena Samaria. Meridia was a play.
Watering hole?
Watering hole.
How about that? I believe Maniacal has hit go mode at like 114.
Yeah, even though he hasn't picked up the hammer, he knows where it is and has everything to do it. So I consider this go mode. Yeah. So we have our first go mode at 114, ladies and gents.
To be fair, there is a large amount of Link to the Past left.
Yep, we have Eastern, Desert, Pod, Thieves Town, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock. The nice thing is, Ice Palace with Kena Samaria means you bomb jump and zip through it. Desert Palace, it's pretty straightforward. Not a lot of time save. You just find that big key and go. Eastern, you have to clear most of it. Pod, you find your big key and your key and go. So there's a ton of time saves for Maniacal in the position he's in. I mean, finding
a snail clip here. That's another trick that can be expected by the hard logic.
And at this point, he's just looking for items that make the rest of his run safer and easier. So half magic would be nice. Armor would be really nice. More energy tanks. Just things that he can body his way through and finish these runs. Ooh, Nitorific making his way into Desert Palace after that screw attack check.
Right, he took the cross game portal and then mirrored, right?
Correct. Where was Bombos again? It was in the back of Escape.
Right.
Which means Maniacal needs to make his way to back of Escape before he's in go mode. So he is in no mode.
Okay, so that's probably what he's looking for. He's looking for Bombos.
Yeah. And we know where it is, and it's not over here. So, what could he find? He's not going to find anything he's going to want, I think, at this point. Like, that's not worth it.
Hochelagatoni, he does not. He has not been to the back of Escape.
So
the animals, yes, high jump would be worth it.
So right now, we need to find boots to get hook shot, to get Moon Pearl. So that is what we need to see from Pee-Pee-chan, Nitorific, and Hitaka at this point. It's nice to see that Desert Palace is not looking to be boots locked. So, Dweb, to that point, at this point in a run, when you put off Escape long enough, it's really easy for this as a check to just go off your radar.
Yeah, so Maniacal found the high jump boots in the right sandpit, but is not keeping them.
Yeah, high jump boots is the only other thing that would be nice, but if we're almost done with Meridia, and then we have lower Norfair, we don't have a lot of value out of high jump boots at this point. Flute would be nice, which needs speed booster, but I don't think we'll get that at most cases. Looks like Maniacal's going to get this ice clip here. Beautiful.
Very nice ice clip. Meantime, PP Chan's also taking the cross game portal to. Oh, where did PP Chan and Niterific find silvers? I didn't catch that.
Just about to ask that exact same question. Oh, they were at Screw Attack. Okay.
Oh.
So that means it's pretty much a guarantee that all of our runners are going to find silvers this run.
And there's the blue mail
and
at the post-bot wound energy tank.
I mean, Butter Sword, Blue Mail, Silver's Ganon. This is going to be a really painful Ganon for our runners tonight.
No, wait, the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice fight. We have Charge Beam, Plasma, Ice. We're just missing Wave for full Beam combo, but I'd expect with this setup, we're going to see stand-up glitch from these runners too. Ooh, that is I like that grab from Maniacal. Just an extra heart. It keeps Link to the Past safe. He has, oh, he doesn't have Plasma, does he? If he had Plasma, I would expect stand-up from him.
Where was Plasma? I'm blank.
Sick Kid.
Right. He could
Commentators
work that
reading their chat's
in with.
mind.
You could work that in with the Village of Outcast check, possibly.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't found Bombos by then. He'll probably get it then.
Link Force also pointing out that the only bottle we've seen is in Eastern.
That is a really good point. Maniacal just burning through his normal missiles, so super missiles to finish off Dragon here.
Very
Beautiful
funny.
finish. Going for blue suit. No. Don't have speed booster. Ooh, high jump boots in right sand pit.
Yeah, Monaco saw that and didn't take it.
I mean, if I was Maniacal, if I'm leaving Meridian normally, I'll go grab those, but I wouldn't be surprised if he hops to a Dark Ice Rod Cave out the back door of Meridia here. Yep, because at this point, he doesn't have anything like he has Screw Attack. He could do Plasma, but that's a really out of the way check. So he's gonna orphan it here. I don't think this is a bad move with the fact that we know this is in no mode. So
Meantime, PP Chan's heading for Landmolas. Niterific's on his way to Ridley. And Hitaka's just about done with Botwood.
yeah, and Maniacal is getting his hammer. First hammer gain at 121.50. Have we seen anything in lower Norfair at this point that's worth it?
I don't think so.
Outside of the silver arrows at Screw, that is.
Looks like Maniacal might be heading back
No,
out.
he's full clearing pod here. I mean, it's a smart move. 5 items, you have everything you need to clear it. Do it. They're relatively fast checks. As long as you know the key logic, it's pretty safe to go through this dungeon fast. So, for those who don't know, key logic here in pod, the first 6 chests 4 of them are keys. And that's the majority of the keys you need for the dungeon. So if you're smart about it, you can clear that and not worry about the back end. And those 6 are the vanilla big key chest, the chest below that, the key on the left, or chest on the left, and then the 2 behind the bow on the right, and then the ledge right beside that. 4 out of the 6.
What was that?
Link forcing 4 out of the 5. It's 4 out of the 6. Because those are the 6 chests that are accessible without going to the back.
Meantime, Neaterific's fighting Ridley, got 18,000 health. Like Phantoon, he takes double damage from super, so that's 600 a shot.
And now charged plasmas to finish this off.
The charged plasma is 450 a shot. Charged ice plasma is 600. Charged wave plasma is 750. Charged ice wave plasma is 900.
And what's Ridley's HP total again?
18,000.
Thank you. Yes, so what's really nice here is Maniacal will most likely get his plasma out of this. Because he's going to go clear this, clear Eastern, back to back, get his bottle, and then he's going to make his way to Thieves Town. I hope he figures out he needs to go to the back of Escape, but that's the only thing holding him back right now.
Yeah, once he visits the back of Escape, he's in go mode.
So our first 2 chests have been a small key and a big key. Maniacal's gonna bonk here to get this chest. Nice. There's 2 out of our 4 keys.
Looks like Hitaka's going to take Kakatak Alley over to the front of Meridia and check plasma beam.
Hey, a check we haven't seen. I'm happy about this.
Absolutely.
Because, Maniacal going for Hammer Yump here. This is a double pixel perfect trick to get to this big chest. It's used in NMG strats to get you your your hammer before you go through the dark rooms.
And you said that was double pixel perfect? Wow.
Yeah, so the pixel you line up on and the pixel you drop the bomb are pixel perfect.
Are there any kind of footholds to kind of make it easier to hit the perfect pixels?
So there aren't, but you can pause buffer and single pixel move, which is why you'll see them menu unmenu, setting up the double bomb jump.
Got it.
Or the jump, yeah. PP-chan running a little low on health right now, going to Ridley. This is a little concerning for those numbers, but... And he's only got 10 super missiles.
I think that's 40. I think his stream is just a little small.
Oh, I was going to say, if he's going in with 10 super missiles, he scared me.
He's going to have to spend a while farming, but it's better than having 10 missiles, 10 super missiles.
Oh, that amuses me tonight.
You have amused me as well. You've done a good job.
Success! Just more power bombs coming out of the back of Lower Norfair here. So
that
Laura's
was the Franker Z room.
Yes. So that is the Lower Norfair's been a bust.
Aside from having boss progression.
Yes. Like, Ridley is always going to be in Lower Norfair. Can you imagine going into a random room and suddenly Ridley, boss randomizer?
I don't even want to think about that. Tarthoran, yeah, farming here without grapple sucks. For those who don't know, you can kill those enemies by tapping them with the grappling beam, and then you can use it to collect the item they drop.
Also, if you have plasma, at least you can just lure them both at the same time, jump, and then shoot up. So there are strats outside of this, but Ice Beam does not help because you have to freeze them, then kill them. It is slow farming. And super missiles are only like a 30% drop on these guys, so
Meantime, Nidorific doing a gate glitch to head for Crocomire.
of which we've seen, which is not anything terribly worthwhile.
Yeah. It is worth noting, however, that the gate glitch is another one of those tricks that the hard logic can expect. And indeed it did here because we haven't seen Wave Beam to go through that gate, and we haven't seen Speed Booster to take the vanilla route to Crocomire through Crumble Tower.
So
Meantime,
on
Maniacal
Maniacal,
fighting Helmasaur King, I believe it's 17 whacks with the hammer to knock the mask off.
that is correct. So once Maniacal's done this, he's going to get his Tempered Sword. He's going for sword slashes because he doesn't have silver arrows, which is not a bad strat. Like, it's pretty fast to just slash the crystal.
I believe it's 8 arrows without silvers.
I think so. And we are getting some X Factor, or not X Factor, but Ice Shield Powerbomb charge strats from PP-chan here.
Well, the way those attacks work is you equip the charge beam and one other beam that highlight power bombs and charge your beam. Ice beam does what you're seeing here. Those particles each do 90 damage a shot.
And they rotate in the direction Samus is facing when she releases it. So if she's facing left, they are going anti-clockwise. If she's facing right, they go clockwise.
Now, the most common one you'll see is with the wave beam. As Ranger said, that's called an X Factor. You get 4 projectiles that kind of oscillate around Samus, each doing a super missile's worth of damage.
And there goes Ridley down for PP-chan. And our bottle on Maniacal's side. That's actually a nice...
Maniacal's going to get his bacon sword out of here.
Yep. So I like those. I like seeing that charge beam strats from PP-chan. That's pretty fast, so you don't have to do serious farming.
Yeah, as I said, each of those ice crystals is 90 damage, so that's a little better. Each power bomb there is a little better than a super missile's worth of damage. Meantime, Nidorific has plunged Crocomire into the drink and is now going to get his worthless checks.
So, quick note with what Maniacal did there is when you move into the center box of that room in Eastern Palace, the skeletons spawn relative to you. And if you move in the correct spot, what ends up happening is one of the skeletons spawns on a pot. It can't do that. And one of them spawns in the wall. It can't do that. So you have 2 out of the 4 skeletons to fight.
Huh, I did not realize you could do that. And Tarthoran pointing out that PP-chan might have been better off just using the power bombs on Ridley straight up, because if you can double hit him with them, it does 400 damage compared to the 360 from the ice shield if all 4 hit.
So Nidorific finding his boots, which means hopefully he will be on his path to his hookshot and Moon Pearl soon.
Well, that's right, this is where boots were. I guess Crocomire wasn't quite so worthless. BP-chan on his way out of Lower Norfair.
So let's quickly, while we're doing a little bit of recap here, let's go through the logic of what we needed to do to find the seed tonight. Morph Ball was given to us in Sphere 0. We had to get the flippers out of Retro Bryn to get... did the flippers get us anything? I don't think they did. Gloves were in Spectacle Rock, and where was the other one in Super Metroid? I'm just trying to remember.
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh!
Right. Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, Green Hill Zone, behind Morph Ball, to get your gloves, which gets you Bombos needed for Turtle Rock. You then need to make your way into Upper Norfair to get your Varia suit and Gravity suit. Gravity leads you to, although it's not and not needed for the logic, it was in this case tonight, to get your Kana Samaria. Fire Rod in Bubble Hill Zone. And Bo was in Red Tower.
Bo was a charge beam.
Oh, Bo was a charge beam. Yeah, so Pink Bryn. I mean,
Fire Rod was Wreck Ship Energy Tank, so we needed Space Jump was needed for that from Race Game.
The trickiest part of the logic tonight has been Morph. Although we don't have... so the gate glitch was needed to get to Crocomire, to get your boots. Ooh, speed booster on Pyramid. There's our flute to get into Mire. And quick Lower Norfair for Maniacal if he goes to go get flute at Shaft Supers. But yeah, the logic that was super tricky tonight was Croc to Boots, to King's Tomb, to Hookshot, to East Death Mountain, Paradox to get Moon Pearl. That's the trickiest part tonight.
Doesn't seem like it's been overly difficult, just time consuming.
Yeah, there's been a lot of weird item chains. And Fire Rod being at reserve in Wreck Ship.
Wreck Ship Energy Tank, not reserve.
Yeah. The Quakefish giving us just missiles. Again, Maniacal still is missing that Bombos, and that's what he's looking for.
When is he going to be in the best position to check the escape?
Right away. He's going to probably just hop into the water out of here and go over to the right side, or to the west Dark World. Or he's going to hook show it over, but do it here. So now he's going to go past Graveyard Ledge, check there, and then he'll probably mirror to do escape.
Oh, right, because he's right here.
Yep. This is the best way for him to do it, and he's going to get it now. So we're about, I'd say, a minute and a half, give or take, till Maniacal is in go mode.
Sub 140. How about that?
So I think his route at this point is going to be, he's going to go into Desert, or go into Thieves Town, clear that out. He is going to make his way... Is he not doing escape? Maniacal, you need to do escape. Is he checking Bumper Ledge first? I think he is. Just for the visibility before he has to save and quit. This is a smart move. I like it. It's not what he needs to do, but I like it.
It makes sense.
Just super. So, oh no, he's going to Thieves Town. Maniacal, go back. Go back.
Womp womp. Press F to paper specs, folks.
Okay, so Without that, that changes this route dramatically, which means he's not going to speed through Thieves Town, which can be fast. You just need to go up and bomb and not have to check extra chests. Because you'll get the big key in the front, and you only need the keys that come from your path in the back. So this is going to slow him down a bit. I like Hataka's strategy on Gold Torizo here. He's using Ice Charge, Power Bomb, Ice Shield strats. It works.
Maniacal checked his sick kid.
And got his plasma. Don't do Blacksmith Chain, Maniacal. Just don't do it. Ooh,
That's
a second
berry in a bottle. 13 Hearts Blue Male, he's probably not going to die anytime soon, but it's always nice to have that safety.
Yeah, I think he has 2 fairies in a bottle now. Or was it a B-Torp he found in Eastern?
Pretty sure it was B-Torp. Wonder how that helped the sick kid.
Some sort of new age medicine. To be fair, if I'm any of these runners, this Moon Pearl location is kind of not nice.
Itaka is checking Nagina's cave, which is just a heart piece.
PP-chan going to get his energy tank and 20 rupees from Mama Turtle.
Eaterific checking the left sand pit.
So the new stuff we're seeing right now is Maniacal and Thieves Town. This is new content for all of us. We now have 3 chests plus blind left. I don't remember what we've seen. Oh, so Quake is our medallion for Meyer if we were to go check it. So that is not a deterrent yet for them to go off course, which is okay. I'm fine with this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, so Nidorific, PP-chan, and Hitaka are all... Well, sorry, PP-chan and Nidorific, well, they all have the boots, so they just need to go back to Link to the Past to start doing checks there, but they have Meridia, they have Lore Norfair, and it's just like, what do you check? And they're doing those. Ooh, the book in Super Bunny Cave.
Delicious literacy.
Or sorry, Meyer Shed. So Hitaka just sequence broke that book, and to do that, you need to be hit while in bunny state into a screen transition, so into that door of the cave. And that's how he was able to go in there and get that. Nidorific microwave hot wound.
Yep, that's exactly how the microwave strat works.
And a little bit of fried snake. That, you know what, the routing Maniacal did made it so that King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks were the most easiest accessible checks at the time, and I think that's what has put him on such an advantage so far, was making that King's Tomb to East Death Mountain checks. Absolutely. That is the barrier tonight.
Yeah. Did he have gloves at that point? I don't remember.
No, he did not.
Okay, so that's why he didn't check back of escape with all of that.
And that's what's hurting him now. This, like, I would wager if he checked back of escape at the 136 mark, he'd be looking at like a 240, 220 at 230, 240 for the seed. If I'm doing my timing right for the dungeons and not having to full clear them.
He's still in the same general area. He could still check it.
Yep, but there's other checks that I think are gonna deter him. Like he's gonna do dig game into the blacksmith chain, which is a long set of checks, and I'm like, that's just sunk time at this point.
He did get half magic just now, though. That's something.
It makes Turtle Rock safer, and easier to deal with Ganon, but we have a really easy setup for Ganon, so it's not a super big save for him. Because here he's going to go dig game and then return Gary the Frog. Yeah,
I thought the
he's
frog
going
was
to...
Jeremiah.
Or Jeremiah. It's Jerry with a lunchbox. But then he's going to go into Desert Palace. So he's going to keep on moving farther and farther away from where he needs to go at this point.
Is that our first shield?
That's our first shield.
Wow.
Half Magic is a great safety. Like, it is a fantastic safety in Link to the Past. Maniacal is a really strong runner. It's not going to make much in terms of his time for this. He's got Butter Sword. Yeah, he is in a very, very solid position. Let's quickly remind our folks where all the swords are tonight. The first one was in Wishing Fairy. Second was Under the Dam, Under the Water. Our third was in Eastern Palace. And our fourth was... Where was our fourth? Now I can't remember. Oh, Escape. That's where the fourth one is.
Right, the castle dungeon.
Yeah, the key right before, or the chest right before the ball and chain guard. Yeah, like, if he finds Bombos before going to Lower Norfair, he is not going to get Silvers. But Tempered and or Butter Sword, Silverless Ganon is fast. Fun fact.
Right, doing spin strats on Ganon Phase 4, there's one frame you can hit him, but it's fairly easy to hit the window using a spin.
Exactly. Fun fact about what Maniacal's doing. You cannot dash with the chest, but you can hookshot, and you can also dash off of damage boosting. So those are two strats to make the chest check faster.
And I believe the same applies to the big bomb, right?
Correct. They both function the same way. 50 rupees for his trouble, digging. We're going to go get Cave 45, or Cave South of the Grove check. It's named Cave 45 because there was a map that was released officially that named it as Cave. It was number 45 on the cave list. Yes, so if you dash immediately while in iframes with the bomb or the chest, it will allow you to dash.
Meanwhile, Hitaka's heading for Ridley, and PP-chan is gonna go for a Shaq-Tool Ice Clip. Could Shaq-Tool have anything of any note?
No. At most, he could have a mail upgrade for us. He could have Quake. And that's about it. Well, Shaq-Tool could also have the single arrow.
PP-chan did not take him very long to get that clip. That's very, very well done.
That is a really, really tight clip to check. And we're getting our Shack Tool check, so let's get a Bless RNGs for hopefully not terrible items on Shack Tool.
Maniacal not checking Hype Cave, which we know is just going to be Gripe Cave today.
Yeah, that's strange that it's an hour 47 and we're just seeing Hype Cave. That Moon Pearl, y'all. Ooh, Magic Powder is a nice, which means he's gonna go check Magic Bat.
Thorin, that would be interesting, Shack Tool having Grapple.
That would be amusing. It's like Book on Pedestal. I've only seen it happen twice, but it's funny because I think the text is, "This is a paradox?" ?
I have not seen that happen. Did the Maniacal just reset to get back to the cross-game portal more easily? No. What is he
He's
doing?
going to go get his flute.
He's getting this flute.
You know what? With the reset after that check, I don't think this is a bad idea. It means he's gonna get his book and or his access to desert fast. Yes, and lower Norfair. He just needs to make this escape play. Ooh, PP Chan is out of ammo on Botwoon, and he is using his charge beam strats now, which means he can still charge beam Botwoon down, but this is not fun when he's in this close to enrage. And there goes down Botwoon. As Hitaka makes his way out after finishing Ridley. So now we have two runners, both Hitaka and Nidorific, who are done with Super Metroid bosses, and now just have Link to the Past. Nidorific being two bosses behind there.
And there's the validation arrow at the Firefleet E-Tank.
Everyone send your positive thoughts to Maniacal going to check back of escape. No, Maniacal.
I was hopeful for a sec, but no, just Magic Bat.
Yep. I mean, it's falling into a certain hole. He just needs to fall into the right hole now. I mean, there's still Spring Ball out there, but it opens nothing for us. That's the only other thing I can think of that would be interesting. The one thing I don't want Maniacal to find in these checks is Quake. I would be worried he goes and checks Meyer before he goes to escape. I hope it's in GT or in Turtle Rock.
Where else could Quake be? Like, what does it lock anything this seed other than Meyer?
So it locks Meyer, which locks Ped. So it can't be on Ped. It locks 2 checks in Mire, so we've got 3 checks you can't have it behind. So it could be anywhere else.
Got it.
I'm surprised we haven't had a Skull Woods check from Maniacal, just because it's such an easy check after warping to Thieves Town. But he hasn't done any warps from Kakariko at this point. It's always been either coming from East Side Death or Dark World, or that's it. And Hitaka is about to make the right chain and get his Moon Pearl next. Does Nidorific have his hook shot? I think he does. Or did he just bomb jump that? We saw Shakalaka. Shaktool was nothing. And Hitaka about to get his hookshot, ladies and gents. I thought it looked like a hook shot, just how fast he shot across, but it could have just been when I glanced, so. So, at almost 2 hours for Hitaka, and that dead rock trolls. We're gonna have our second Moon Pearl.
Nidorific done with Tower of Hera.
And Nidorific making the right path now with his boots to go get his hookshot. PV-chan on his way to go check Plasma. And Hitaka a little disappointed at the location. Oh, it could be Pyramid Ferry. And the worst part is, all 3 of our other racers have found that, which means every single check Maniacal is doing is going to be a check they're not going to have to do on the flip side. Because there's a lot more checks that get unlocked from Hammer and Dark World than are existing right now, even with like full lore Norfair and Meridia. So this is a real tight point here. And unfortunately, there is no conventional logic to help prevent this kind of thing. You usually follow what you found, and it's super easy to orphan these checks when it's so second nature going, oh, this is always available. And then it's like, oh, wait, I haven't checked. Nito about to get his butter sword here. Hitaka knows it's there. It's just he's going to do all the checks he can with Moon Pearl on his way there. It's not like it locks dramatically large amounts of stuff. He's going to do basically... it would be better for him to go get it right now and then do this loop with blacksmiths and all that. Maniacal gonna get his silver arrows here.
He's already got them.
Oh, he did. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You have to take the long route over there because you don't have hammer to get on east side. We saw Maniacal come and get it from Dragon, so... I think the worst...
having a little trouble with fast pillars.
That was still pretty nice, though. The worst seed I've ever seen was Morph Ball was on Island with Fire Rod behind Lumberjack Cave, and Moon Pearl was on Pedestal.
Oh my god.
At least your first 3 dungeons were pendants. Yeah, this has not been a terribly friendly seed based on those couple of locations we've seen tonight.
So can we? I believe we can officially declare Hitaka is in go mode.
Yes, Hitaka is in go mode at 158. Which means he's going to save a ton of time doing Pod, Thieves Town, Ice Palace, and Turtle Rock. There's not a lot of time saved because there's so many small keys needed. So, very, very classic thing. It's really hard to call when someone is in first place in a randomizer well until the back end, because it would have been easy for us to say Maniacal was in the lead because he had a ton of advantages. But because he's missed one check, that has put him at a pretty big disadvantage based on where that check's at. So we've got Hitaka, I feel, in the lead, even though he's a bit behind on dungeons in Super Metroid. He's in a really strong position right now. 20 minutes ago, Dweb.
Ooh, yeah, the natural one. Oh, I see that's a Pro Jared emote. You know, he's actually doing an SMZ3 playthrough right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm leaving lots of knowledge bombs on every video he puts out.
Ooh, here we go. We get to finally see what is hiding in Turtle Rock tonight. So, if you watch Ridley, you'll see that Plasma Beam doesn't actually pierce his model, and this is why Microwave does not work on Ridley. It requires the Plasma to continue passing through them with the piercing effect, because you expect to have Plasma in charge at this point. They didn't want, basically, this feature to be available. Not that they planned it, but...
Yeah, and in the vanilla game, the Plasma Beam is gated by Dragon. So you have to beat Dragon, beat Phantoon, beat Botwoon, and beat Phantoon to get the gravity suit to get the Plasma Beam. That's why they're not flagged to stop the shop, because in the vanilla game, there's no way for you to have it for them.
Yep, which is features that happen in Link to the Past as well. You look at what's called Mothula. Mothula doesn't expect you to be able to ever have Butter Sword before you fight him, because it doesn't do damage to him.
I believe that's actually because Butter Sword and Spikes are the same kind of damage, and Mothula cannot take damage from Spikes.
That's exactly it, but you can't, like, if you really try, you can get the Butter Sword before you fight Mothula in the vanilla game. It's just, it will do no damage to him, and you will soft lock your game. That would be an unfortunate playthrough. Because all you need is crystals 5 and 6, which are Mire and Ice Palace, which you just need the Fire Rod for, which you can dip and run. Go get your Tempered Sword from your Titansmiths from Thieves Town. Yeah. And you'll Nitorific is skipping a lot of chests in Thieves Town. He knows he needs his hammer, but he is in go mode once he gets that hammer, so he is doing no checks in here. He's effectively in the same spot too.
Looks like Maniacal's taking either he's taking like a bathroom break or he's got no idea what the heck to do next.
I hope it's the former, not the latter, but we will see. Yeah, I think he's racking his brain no matter what he's doing. What has he missed? And I feel escape is probably the easiest of everything in this game to skip. It looks like Turtle Rock is in a really nice layout tonight that you don't need to do Laser Bridge. There's a lot of chests you can skip. I'm actually really glad about this.
Yeah, it seems like it's gone really fast for Hitaka.
Buttersword Trinex. Oh, he doesn't have half magic, but that's okay. 3 slashes and each head's dead. And a nice 0 cycle on Trinex. Does Maniacal know what he has missed? We will soon see. He's going to get out of here. I think he's going to skip these checks at the back. But is he? I think he does them. Most of them are pretty much on the way, so it's not like he's going out of his way. And Nitorific at 205 now is in go mode. He's going to go do Ice Palace now. Not a bad move. It's right there. Get it done. And then I think he's probably going to go do Eastern and Pod back to back. What is PP-chan looking for? He is in go mode once he gets his hammer.
Is it possible he forgot where the hammer was?
Ooh. That could hurt if that's the case. You'd think something like that sticks in your mind. The only hard logic was Wavegate glitch to Crocomire to get boots, Kuchiri. So the fun stuff tonight, gate glitch to Croc. So Varia in high jump to Croc to boots to King's Tomb, which needs gloves from Charge Beam and Spectacle Rock to get Hook Shot, which gets you Moon Pearl.
Gloves in Green Hill Zone, not Charge
Oh,
Beam.
Green Hills. Yeah, it in the same area. Bo was on Charge Beam.
Right.
It was still not a fun logic chain.
Maniacal heading back into Link to the Past. See what happens here.
I think you're right. I think PP-chan forgot that Hammer's on the island. Why would you be clearing Pendant's skull?
What does Maniacal do? Oh, he's checking the tablets.
Not a bad move. They're quick checks relatively, and yeah. And now
The Spike
Spike.
Wave?
I feel. Oh, when is PP-chan gonna remember where that hammer is? Because I don't think there's any moment that he has as a reason to actually go into Lake Hylia in the light world and see that island. That really concerns me about when he's gonna find it. Come on, Maniacal. Yes! Maniacal's making the move! Ladies and gents, Maniacal at 209.49, I think. After everything's said and done, he is going to get his bombos.
He is going to be so mad.
Yeah. You know what? To get a single slash out of Maniacal, he is very mad.
Now, I've said
So-
this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. He's probably tilted to the point of being perpendicular.
You know what? And it's so easy to tilt on yourself when you miss something that easy. Because it's right in front of your face, and it's like, I could have had that 30, 40 minutes ago. Now what am I doing? And you get mad at yourself.
I
He has
get mad at myself all the time, and I get mad at myself over the dumbest things.
So he's going to zip through Ice Palace. This is going to be a fast clear. He is going to zip through Desert. He has his flute, so he can get to the back quickly. And then Turtle Rock is pretty clean. He still has the dungeon advantage on Hitaka.
I do think at this point it's between Maniacal and Hitaka for first and second.
Well, don't we have another racer who's not on stream?
Yes, we do. We also have... You're right, we only have one other racer.
Karakarn. So, I don't know where Karakarn's at, but for first and second on the stream, I would say it's between those two pretty comfortably, with Nidorific pretty close behind.
He's on the stream is what I meant.
Yeah, so on stream, I think Nidorific is right in there, and actually is going to put pressure on Hitaka too. Because he's got Eastern and Pod he's going to zip through here once he finds his big key. So he's right in there like a dirty shirt.
Carthorin making a good point. Hitaka has a slower dungeon under his belt already.
But with the time that it took Hitaka to do Turtle Rock tonight, it's based on the key location. It's not that slow. I would say it's a 2.5, maybe 3.5 minute dungeon tonight rather than a 5. So he's got that going for him. So I don't think he's going to lose any time comparatively to Hitaka on that. I think where he's going to lose time to Hitaka is on his full clear of Pod, his full clear of Thieves Town. Those were both done pre-bombos and fully cleared. And Hitaka can make up, I'd say, 2 to 3 minutes on that.
Yeah, it's always surprising to me how long these races are, how much variance there can be in routing and such. And then you have runners finishing within a minute or two of each other.
It's testament to the skill that we have within this community. And also, honestly, the game is fantastic. It's fun to play, and so many routes to get to that point. We're just waiting to see how long it takes PV Chan to get back to Lake Hylia.
Very nice cold stare fight from Maniacal. Hitaka's right on his heels, though.
Yep. So I expect this to be up to Death Mountain to do Turtle Rock into Ganon's Tower. That is the other thing. Hitaka has to do the Death Mountain climb again to get up to Ganon's Tower. So a little bit of time lost there. So the 4 swords are Back of Escape, Under the Dam, Eastern Palace, and Wishing Fairy. He has not gone to the back of or the front of Escape. Sorry. So that's the sword he doesn't have. So I'd say 30 to 40 second variance on their Ganon fight is going to be eaten up by the reclimb of Death Mountain for Hitaka. Honestly, these two, it's going to come down to like stand-up glitch, baby skip, the big time saves at the end of Super Metroid. I think they're going to parse Link to the Past about the same time. That's my guess at this point. I think they're going to have a sub 2-minute variance coming out of Link to the Past, and then it's going to be Super Metroid Execution. Well, the thing is Thieves Town is actually pretty fast to do if you don't need to check every chest. You can save about a minute worth of time on chest checks in Thieves Town if you're in go mode. It's just not a time save often talked about, purely because Thieves Town is the earliest dungeon you can usually get access to once you hit Dark World. So it gets cleared early, not late like this, which is an oddity in and of itself. But you look at the positioning of keys here in Pod. Big key there, small key on the right side behind the bow path. That's a really fast run to clear. So huge time save here for Hitaka.
Maniacal using that cane to burn at a good effect.
Oh yeah, this is going to be down to the last couple of glitches in Super Metroid. That is how close it's going to be. I'm amused we still haven't seen the other 2 shields, but they're probably locked like in Swamp and Misery. Baby skip, stand up. Oh yeah, there is no high boots on Maniacal side, so baby skip could be the difference on this. We also haven't seen Wave tonight.
Baby skip can be done without high jump boots, but if I remember correctly, it does. Without high jump, it doesn't take enough time to be worth it.
Correct. And it's also super risky in the sense that it is way easier to get caught. Oh no, the spin attack failed. Just wrong timing on Maniacal side there. While we watch the last bit of duplicates here as our runners start making their way into their finish lines, let's make sure we all give our runners a follow for putting this on for us tonight. It's been a great run so far, and it is absolutely beautiful. Love seeing this content. We do this every week, both on Sundays and Mondays. If you want to come join the races, we love having more people. And as multi-world becomes more of a thing, having more racers means we can start scheduling more 2v2s, 3v3s, and the like. So please come join the community. Have some fun with us. Oh no. PV Chan's doing the first check in Swamp for that hammer that is on Lake Hylia.
Link Force saying that Hitaka has cleared Thieves Town, so Hitaka now has his 7th crystal. So he's going to be on his way to Ganon's tower.
I think they're going to enter Ganon's tower, I'd say, sub a minute apart. Because Hitaka still has the full climb up Death Mountain, and by then Maniacal, he's already got his last key, so he's going to be in Trinex around that time. Tarthuron is pointing out we have our spoiler race coming May 12th. This is going to be spoiler for SMZ3. If you have never seen a spoiler race, prior to the race starting, every single racer gets access to a spoiler log for the race. Every item's location, and that's it. Pendants, medallions, they know everything about the seed. I think it's 15 minutes we give, 10 minutes, somewhere in there. And then you have to route your race and then run it. You still have access to the spoiler log mid-race, so if you need to check for something, you're allowed to. It's a lot of fun, and it actually changes technique and style because you're not hunting for those items, you're doing that execution. So the races go completely differently. It's really worth a watch. Come by on May 12th. It is going to be a great time.
And in the meantime, Maniacal's got his 7th crystal. Hitaka's going to be right on his heels. And there are 22 locations in Ganon's tower where that big key can be. Let's see if we can guess where it is.
So, Balked, where do you think it's going to be?
4 always wins.
So, my guess, and this has always been my guess, is 5. But with the caveat, it is the 5th chest on the right. I am a strong believer in the logic behind the right side play. So, if you do the math behind it, the right side is more logical. If you find a small key on the right side. And PB Chan finally remembered where his hammer was, and now he is in go mode as well.
Less than 10 seconds of difference between Hitaka and Maniacal. This could also come down to routing here.
Yep. So if one of them goes right and one goes left, that will be the difference. Oh, Hitaka's going right. Man after my own heart. Go Hitaka. Oh, they're both going right. Yes! I like this. And so the rest of this race between these two runners is going to be completely on execution base, which is going to be the best way to see an end of these races.
Absolutely. This is going to be a spectacle.
I would have been upset if they had split here, because then it comes down to it was a coin flip on who decided to go where, and that's not as much fun. This is going to be super tight. Like we're talking, so that's chest 4. Chest 5 is Spring Ball. 6 is Compass. Quake was the first in Swamp.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, thank God PB Chan found his hammer when he did. Chest 7 is a small key on the torch. Remember, if you are playing this, you need to go upstairs with a small key. If you do not, you will get locked out if you do not find a key in the chests upstairs. It is always smart to make sure you have a key before you go upstairs in Ganon's tower. Like, little things like menuing optimization there. Maniacal has now taken the lead because he's a little cleaner on that.
So 8 through 11 is nothing, and yes, frame the animals, the sink, the kitchen sink, even.
This is amazing. This is going to be a brilliant finish. Oh, could we have like a photo finish sub 3 seconds here?
I believe
it could happen.
I believe sub 4 seconds is the tie rule now, but I'm not sure offhand.
It's a very small amount.
And like I said, in a 2.5 hour run for them to finish them to be this close in the end game, it's ridiculous.
It is. And you see, missed boomerang there puts Hitaka back in the lead. But now Hitaka's gonna have to menu to get across this gap. Like, this is back and forth. This is brilliant. Chest 13 was nothing. 14, 15, 16, 17 coming here. In the rando room. This room never gets touched unless you are playing randomizer or being super thorough as a vanilla player in your casual playthroughs.
What is in here normally?
I don't know. I think it's like rupees. Hopefully neither of these players makes the mistake I do, which is bombing the floor by Bob's chest before opening Bob's chest on the wrong side. Look at this execution, ladies and gents.
This is gorgeous.
This is beautiful. Oh, that hurts.
Taka got knocked off. That's gonna cost him some time.
Chest 18, nothing. Is it gonna be tile room? It's either gonna be French vanilla or tile room. And Silver Arrows makes short work of Ice Armos. And Neaterific is following behind them, doing the right play. Oh, 20, 21! Chest 21 had the big key tonight.
Sir Cade also pointing out that Maniacal has that Hitaka has the sword advantage.
That was 21, Link Force. Last chest is completely... Oh, sorry. Hitaka is the one we're tracking.
We were counting Hitaka's chest because he got in like that 10 seconds early.
Yeah, and I was expecting him to go left anyways, but still. Chest 21. Yeah. Moot point. I was watching the wrong group. This is the thing. They have had really quick back and forths, and this is so tight. And Neaterific is, what, 3 minutes behind?
Something like that.
No one attempting bow skip tonight. A wonderful find of Aussies. If you have not seen it, it is absolutely awesome. You do not need the bow to get through Ganon's tower.
Well, Maniacal into the escalating gauntlet, as I call it. Start off with enemies and conveyors.
And keeping his arrow count high so he can just plow through enemies and Ganon.
Then the gauntlet adds a laser. Then it adds spikes and another laser.
Frickin' gauntlet with laser beams on its head.
And then it adds ice.
I feel like Ganon is Dr. Evil some days. Nice shot there. As Maniacal X's his gauntlets and enters into Landmo 2. Landmo 2 with added difficulty of a Medusa. Surprisingly, it makes it a ridiculously harder fight, especially to Zero Cycle. Nice one cycle, though. And now we get to say Cane of Samaria strats, which I feel are absolutely beautiful.
I think that fall Hitaka took is going to make the difference, at least for the LTTP finish.
I think it might make up with his sword advantage, but I think you're right that is a huge piece of this. Also, how well Landmo 2 goes for him, and Moldorm 2. We have a fall on that? That's going to be brutal. And now Maniacal has to be fast here and make sure he doesn't despawn the next floor of Ganon's tower, and he's good. If you go up those stairs at the exact moment the doors close, all of the upper floors of Ganon's tower despawn.
Is there any way to fix it?
Mirror to the front.
Ouch.
So you have to do Gauntlet again. It is a really bad thing to happen. It is a giant time sink. There's our second shield for the game.
Ooh, there's a Ganon.
Oh!
There's a Moldorm fall.
Moldorm gets his first victim tonight. This is gonna let Hitaka catch up. Oh!
2 falls. Oh my gosh.
Oof. So, the thing is with this fight, is with boots and a good sword, your best strategy is to just charge through Moldorm. But his scripting still takes place. 3 bounces and then 3 head lengths of a charge. Rinse and repeat. So if you watch him, you can play around with that. Ooh! And money hiding behind Trolldorm. As you see Hitaka doing the boot dash strats.
Yeah,
Don't hover, Hitaka.
Hitaka definitely made up some time there.
Yep, and now how well they do Aga, too, is going to also be a time sink for them. Nice double.
For Maniacal.
Single, so we're at 3 out of 6. 4. Just a single for Hitaka's first round. And a final double for Maniacal. Ooh, another single for Hitaka. Too many blue balls to... like that. That hurts.
Twitch Elbow Decks, hello to you as well.
So we are 4 out of 6 on Hitaka's side. One more and Hitaka is moving on to Ganon. So I think the time difference here that they're going to have, which is about a minute, is going to be most of the sword efficiency for Hitaka here. Unless Maniacal decides to do like spin cape strats, which actually might be the smartest thing for him. Because he's got the half magic.
Which is in the torch there to limit knockback.
Yep. I've seen some really good, clever strats using Cane of Samaria. You use the block to push you back in between Ganon and you block. It is brilliant. And there is phase 2 done on Maniacal side. Good use of his magic. And getting his first 2 hits in nice and cleanly. He's got 2 more until the final phase. Wow. No teleporting around. Ganon really...
Oh my gosh, Hitaka's on half a heart. How did that happen?
He has fairies, though.
Right.
I know he picked up at least a fairy.
Loss, though.
Yes, it will be.
Maniacal does not get the torch glitch.
But he gets a nice
there.
double.
He's got one shot left. And get your single G's in chat for the bacon.
That is very nice. And so 2:32:58 is the time completion for Fanfare. Let's see how far Hitaka is behind.
What was the time? Did you say? I missed it.
2:32.
2:32. Got it.
58. Yep. And torch glitch on Hitaka's side. There's one. We got 3 more to go. 1 more to go. Oh no, that was the last one. So 2:33:34. So
again,
40
less
seconds
than a
difference.
minute.
Yes, these runners are 40 seconds apart. And you've got Nidorific, who is going to be, what, 2 minutes behind them? 3 minutes at most?
This is insane.
Ooh, look, PP Chen using B strats. I'm surprised. You know what? I think with how close this is, Maniacal not refilling ammo is actually not the worst thing in the world. He has decent ammo, 59 and 17. If Hitaka... Oh, this might be the difference, you know? If you have 55 supers, it will go faster than charge beam shots without wave. Right. So, Hitaka making the smart move to recharge here.
Did Hitaka get plasma? Because if he did, it's not equipped.
He hasn't gotten plasma.
That's a difference too, because he without plasma he can't do stand up.
Right.
Well, he can, but charged ice it wouldn't do nearly enough damage to be worth it.
And now we get to see some of these runners absolutely brilliant execution on completing Turian. This is really impressive when you watch good runners do this.
And let's get single G's for Nidorific.
He is just under 2 minutes behind Hitaka.
Meantime, PP Chan is on Turtle Rockets, their last crystal. From the animals, that is possible. He might have gotten it. He might have gotten it and just not turned it on. Ooh, Maniacal is gonna go for the high jumpless baby skip.
And he's also setting up for Zeb skip. We do have Ice Beam, which is good enough to Zeb skip.
Oh no, he's not going for
he just
baby skip.
Unarmored to quickly finish baby, which is, I think, a smart move.
But he forgot. But he's facing left, which means he's going to have an extra 45 frames of stand-up animation. Now, Hitaka can make up a lot of ground here if he hits the baby skip.
No wave means going through that crumble material absolutely awful.
Oh, and that is also going to make baby skip a lot harder to do because you've got to stall. It looks like Hitaka's not even going to bother. He's just taking damage from the side hopper to get so the baby is draining him for as little time as possible.
And he's taken off both of his suits. As you can see, he's in power suit and turned off his screw attack.
And D-Web says confirmed he did not get plasma.
I mean, with his setup, this is not a bad move. Like, this is still pretty fast. And Zeb skip coming here, hopefully. Beautiful Zeb skip. Nice and quick. That spring ball coming into play here.
On his way to Ganon's tower.
If PP Chen goes left, he'll make up a ton of time.
Now, Mother Brain Phase 1 here has 3,000 health. And you have to break the glass all the way with 18 projectiles before the fight can progress to phase 2.
So I think this is where we're going to see some time gains on Hitaka's side. not having to do as many charge beam attacks. Yeah, this is going to be the huge time variance on this fight.
Why are you using your missiles, Maniacal? They're not good DPS.
He's going to need to use them before he goes to charge beam, so he's using them in the best position possible where he does not have to move or jump to get them out. And then supers are going to be his next... Oh, he's not even using his supers. What? Maniacal.
No, the charge plasma does 600 damage, and he's only got 15 supers, so...
But supers come out at a slightly faster rate than full charge.
True.
There we go. He must have heard us.
The Maniacal will be doing stand-up, and you know what? That is going to make the difference here.
Oh, it totally will. This is going to be a very, very close match. But this is going to be a game breaker, I think. Like, Hitaka's going to get through this phase fast, but he's going to have to sit and wait for Baby. PP-chan doing the full right strategy in Ganon's Tower here. He's going this Crumble Bridge way to get to Ice Armos, which, if he does this, he will save a massive amount of time to get that big key. This is a 3000 IQ play here, ladies and gents. Oh, Nidorific struggling with his Zeb skip. And finally gets it. Good job.
PP-chan struggling with getting the statue pulled far enough out to step on the trigger plate.
There we go.
Now this Phantom Mother Brain is going to go faster for Maniacal because while he was active, since he was active during the Baby Metroid cutscene, he was able to do damage to this phase.
Yeah, so at 2:40:22 was when Mother Brain started exploding. Let's see how long it takes for Hitaka to get his Mother Brain to start exploding.
And PP-chan's doing exactly what you said they were going to do. The 3000 IQ play.
At this point, this is fantastic, and he'll make up a ton of time here. But all four of our runners are so close tonight. Like, PP-chan is what? Less than 10 minutes behind everyone else? That's 4 runners sub 10 minutes apart. That is brilliant.
And Mother Brain Phase 3 has 36,000 HP. The Hyper Beam is 1,000 damage rapid fire, so 36 shots from Hitaka and Mother Brain. Bye-bye.
So
okay, so what's the time differential?
2 minutes, 7 seconds. And Maniacal making his way up.
I didn't realize, baby, that stand-up glitch was that significant. Oh my gosh.
It's massive if you have charge and plasma at a bare minimum. Because it's still extra damage instead of sitting waiting for a cutscene.
Charge Ice Wave Spacer might be okay. That's 300 damage, same as a super missile. And with that, folks, Maniacal has finished in first place with a time of 2 hours 42:09.
Let's get our GGs in chat.
And we'll see if we can get him in here for an interview.
Hitaka missing these. Oh, he doesn't have speed booster, so he didn't miss anything.
All right, Maniacal will be joining us for an interview since he has to get something set up, not sure what. And in the meantime, Hitaka has now finished in second place with a time of 2 hours 43:33. That is the difference of less than 90 seconds.
That is a minute 24. Wow.
And we are now joined by Maniacal. GG, bro.
GG.
Hey, thanks, Box. Thanks, Marhawk. How y'all doing?
Quite
I'm doing
good.
fine.
Yeah, that was a funny one.
So
I got a good laugh out of that seed.
did
We've
you
also been
enjoy
joined
your
by
location?
Hitaka.
Hi, GG.
Hey,
GG.
Hitaka, GG.
That was a pretty fun seed.
Wasn't it,
Interesting
though?
progression.
Oh my god.
So-
So what was your go mode?
Moon Pearl.
Oh gosh. Where was the Moon Pearl again?
Paradox
Or
Cave,
Paradox Cave.
which was behind
Behind Hookshot.
Hookshot, behind Boots, behind Croc.
What was your
Yeah,
go mode?
yeah. Yeah, was Hookshot King's Tomb? It was
Yes.
behind Mitts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Boots.
My go mode, because I'm a doofus, was Bombo Medallion.
You forgot Back of Escape.
Oh no, I didn't forget.
Oh.
I just had better things to do.
You just put it off for a long time. Okay.
I was go mode minus Bombos at 105xx.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, and I didn't get Bombos for another hour. I got Bombos at like 206.
Oh, man. You could have been the world record.
I know,
Um,
right? Could
it
have
was
been that
funny.
world record seed.
So, Maniacal, at about 1:30, there was a couple of times you ran past the Back of Escape over and over again, and we're like, just stop. You're right there. Go down. Go check it.
Yeah, see, at that point, I'm playing to win, right? And I figure if my go mode's in the Back of Escape, I'm probably already dead. And so I'm chasing down Lodge and completing Lower Norfair and going and doing Desert and doing all the deep progression stuff. And then eventually I'm like, it's probably about time to go. It's either go full clear Ice Palace or start on Pendant Dungeons or do Escape. Or like go back
just
for
gonna
Shack plus Plasma.
I was just gonna say we just had Nidourific finish with a 2:45:21, and it looks like he's joined us as well.
That was quite the seed.
GG, Nidourific.
GG.
So, Maniacal, my first question to you. In terms of your routing decisions throughout the seed, what did you feel best about?
Can I say what I felt silliest about instead as a proxy?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
I felt really silly about having a bunch of E-tanks and feeling like, okay, I'm going to do one of each ammo pack wrecked ship just for the hell of it before doing anything else on Zebus.
Oh yeah, you had to farm for a missile to get through the eye door.
Yeah, I didn't. I had 2 missiles when I got to the Ghidorah, and I had to go back up and farm Coverns until I got a missile drop. It was hilarious. And then I got the fire rod, and I was like, well, I guess that's a thing. And so that was pretty funny. I felt good about that. And then I tried to like Bryn Loop skip, but the bow was over there. And at some point I was like, well, all I need is the Moon Pearl to open up Dark World. And I really don't want to go do Aga, even though... So like Hammer on Island is screaming, go do Aga as soon as you can.
Yep.
Like, get Flips and Mirror and go do Aga. And then it gave you Flips plus Mirror immediately, like in Blue Bryn, but it also had given you backdoor access through Meridia. And so, like, when I found Gravity before I found Flips or Mirror, I felt really good because I was like, okay, now I know I won't have to, because I already have Ice Beam, won't have to go and do Aga. But, like, my first thought when I started the seed was, okay, Aga seed. But yeah, I felt really... hilarious about that wrecked ship choice. I almost put in chat, $10 says I'm first to Fire Rod at like 17 minutes.
So,
I think that's the earliest Phantoon I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I thought I've got Space Jump, I've got a billion E-Tanks, I've got one of each ammo pack. I know I can do this. So why not just go force the play and have fun? Because I was like, well, if something shows up over here that's key progression, I will be the first player to it. And, you know, it's something that a lot of players like to put off, so I thought it was kind of a fun play to do since, you know, just was kind of feeling it.
okay, Hitaka, Neaterific. Same question to the two of you.
Probably putting off Croc until after I did Meridia, because otherwise I might have found, if I got the boots and then I might have got Hookshot and then Moon Pearl without getting the cane out of Meridia, I might have like full cleared the Dark World instead of like go loading the whole Dark World like I did. So that
There
worked
were
out really
some-
well.
There are some really good time saves for you on the routing you did to get that caught up. It was really nice to see.
Yeah, I had some I did some bad things early in the game, mainly because I had like really low power bombs, and I didn't want to abandon Blueprint, and it turned out not doing that was a good thing, but I still had to like farm and like backtrack and stuff, and it was bad. Where's Plasma?
Sick kid.
Auto turn in, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't I put off that and shovel because I had mirrors. So I figured, well, I can route those in with Dark World checks, so I just never got around to Sick Kid, and I didn't want to walk all the way back there just for one check in the Light World.
Sick Kid
Yeah.
was part of my big Bombos scavenger hunt.
I was actually a little sketchy on ammo getting towards the end. I did have Charge and Ice, but of course Charge Ice is really slow, and I had like 40 supers, so I opened some extra chests in GT to get a little more ammo, and it worked out.
I
Yeah,
got plasma
Maniacal,
like 20 minutes
Maniacal
in.
doing stand-up was what really made the difference right there at the end.
Oh yeah,
You guys were a minute 40, I think, apart going into Mother Brain. Or, like, into Zeb.
and who ahead?
With Maniacal ahead. And
Okay.
then stand-up was the sealer on that.
Yeah,
I
mean,
finished
I
less
could've
than
done-
minute 40 ahead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't really make sense.
Meantime, for anyone who's curious, Karakarn just finished in 4th place at 250.51. And PP-chan is just getting through the last Metroid.
I thought
I was
about doing
gonna say-
stand-up as a joke, just to like knock off like 1 or 2 hyper beam shots with just Charge Ice. But I thought, nah, it's not worth the soft lock potential.
What were you going to say there, Neaterific? Sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm glad I got plasma like 20 minutes in. I turned in the bottle immediately.
Yeah, he
What
went
bottle?
Eastern Palace to get the bottle on the bridge.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted to do some. I went. My first play on Zeb's was going to Phantoon, but I had 2 packs of missiles, so it was a bit easier. I got really scared when I enraged Phantoon, though. I miscounted missiles and I enraged him. But
Oh no.
I had just enough.
Yeah, that's always unfortunate when that happens.
Whoops! I miscounted a missile. He was 1 missile away from full red.
Yep. And so PP-chan actually diverged from the rest of you and went Retro Bryn right off the bat and got the flippers, which also locks you out of early Houlihan.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, and speaking of early stuff, we had all 4 swords in play before the 30-minute mark.
Where was the 4th sword?
Front of Escape.
Okay.
Yep, Front of Escape, Under the Dam, Wishing Fairy Cave, and Eastern.
Yeah, I had butter at like 38 minutes. It was great.
So the other question I ask everybody, guys, if you had to give the seed a letter grade for how much fun you had, what would you give it?
B plus, room for improvement.
I like that answer.
Yeah, I'm in the like B plus A minus range. I had a good time with this, but I was kind of going in with a positive affect about doing a race, and so I was gonna have fun regardless of what the heck happened.
I think I'm gonna give this one an A minus, just because the way I routed it, some really interesting things happened. Like I got God Thieves Town, which is not something that happens very often. Go mode Thieves Town with the big key in the first chest.
You know, that was one of the things I was pointing out. It's rare we see Thieves Town being so late in racers pathing through the seed tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moon Pearl was kind of buried in there, so it makes sense.
and also God Pod with also the big key in the first chest, and I just skipped. I don't know if that's really the fastest possible because I had to do right side, but I mean, the big key wasn't in the back, so that's good.
I actually think that is the fastest because you'd have to fall down the pit to get a key otherwise. And you
the
need
fa-
boots. Go ahead.
Sorry, the fastest pod is bow locked side, and then just getting big key, small key, and then hammering down the gopher and going.
Yeah, that's true.
So this was, second best.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be kind of a gamble to just not do the left side chest and just go straight to
Oh
right
yeah,
side.
no one's ever getting fastest pod.
Yeah.
But that is what fastest pod looks like.
And PP-chan made the move in Ganon's Tower to go right and then full right to Ice Armos to the big key instead of the full clear.
Worked out nicely then.
Yep. And so your Ganon's Tower climb between yourselves, Maniacal and Hitaka, was back and forth, and then the two falls on Moldorm 2 caught up a ton of time.
That was hilarious. Moldorm just like moved really erratically, but in like the exact same erratic pattern twice and just knocked me right off. I was thinking, man, what is this crap?
Yeah,
At that point, I'd also had to AFK because
Yeah, Maniacal Hitaka, you two were literally screen for screen until Hitaka fell at the room right before Bob.
oh yeah, okay.
The room right before what?
Bob the anti-fairy?
Before Ice Armos.
Oh yeah, the little Helmosaur. Somehow he didn't get knocked off, and then he like ran through the hole where the pot was and just smashed me off the ledge while I was trying to bonk the gap. He just destroyed me.
He had your
man.
name.
He'd been waiting for like 2 hours at that point. He was ready to go. It was like 2:20 and he's like, Hitaka's coming.
It was a fantastic seed, guys. So any last thoughts you have as we finish this up?
Oh, where was Speed Booster?
Pyramid Ledge.
Huh.
Yeah, I found all sorts of goodies in the Dark World, but none of them were bombos. I'm gonna have to watch this back because I'm sure it was pretty crazy, and it seems like Hitaka and I were pretty close. I was sure when I saw where everything was, especially because I had to go AFK in the middle of the race, that I was going to be behind. But
Oh yeah, what happened there?
I had to go and take care of something that was away from the stream. Unfortunately, it just needed to be addressed. That's all.
I have played dad percent of this, so I am aware of those things. I feel for those.
Yeah, no offspring percent, so that doesn't happen as much. But I definitely empathize with the dad percent players among us. That's I mean, your race can be interrupted at any time for any reason.
Exactly. And the longer the seeds are, when you get those really nasty Moon Pearl or Morph Ball in Mimic Cave plays, the seeds go.
Yeah, this with Morph Ball being so early, this one really concerned me because yeah,
Real
Morph
quick,
in
guys. PP
space.
Chan slash Renardi saving the animals.
Well, GG to PP Chan. I'm sure he's going to finish up here shortly. But I'll just say thanks for the commentary, Box, Marhawk, GG, Hitaka, and Neaterific, and PP Chan, and who else? Karakarn was also racing. Yeah, so GG's. Thanks for having me on the restream, and take it easy.
Thank you so much.
Take it easy as well. And in the meantime, PP Chan has declined to be interviewed. AS has finished with a time of 2:58.45. So that's 5 runners under 3 hours.
That was fantastic. Anyone else have any last words you want to say, Nito or Hitaka?
Was there anything that was hard logic locked or not?
Well, Croc with Wavegate glitch.
Ah, right. Okay, only Croc.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Did anyone find Wavebeam?
Nope.
No,
No one
nobody
did.
saw it.
It's probably in Swamp.
Yeah.
Just for fun, PB Chan ended up checking the first chest in Swamp. I think he forgot where Hammer was and found Quake there.
Interesting.
Ooh.
That was not something you want to find because that opened up Mire.
No.
Yeah, definitely not.
But, yeah, thanks for commentating, and GG everyone.
GG.
Thank
I had
you,
a great
everyone.
time. I had a great time doing it. Always do.
Well, with that, we'll wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Once again, give these racers a follow. Make sure you stay tuned to Speed Gaming for way more fantastic content, and we'll catch you on the next stream.
Yeah, I've been Big Box. He's been Outrageous, and we'll see you next mission.
Good night.
Good night.